Hey, what's up guys? So I'm here at the 70mai's booth here at SEMA, and they've got a number of dash cams here on display. They've got some of their existing models as well as some interesting models that are going to be coming out here later this year. Now, one of the dash cams that I'm most interested in is this right here. This is the T800. It's been out for a little while and it's available as a 3-channel option, 2 or 3 channels. And what's special about it is you've got 4K recording for both the front and rear cameras. So they're both going to have the Sony Starvis 2 IMX678, so 4K Starvis 2. And you also have a built-in interior cam here as well that records at 1080p. Now, they've also got here on display the 2 different options for the rear cam. You got the regular one that goes on the rear window, as well as the optional waterproof one if you want an exterior rear cam instead. Now, I like the fact that it also has this wedge-shaped design here like this. It's kind of my favorite style and form factor of a dash cam. There's no buffered parking recording though, which I think would be something, of course, really nice to have. But there is LTE available. If you pick it up with their optional LTE module, you can get some cloud connectivity here with the Dashcam too, which is really nice. Emergency recording, you trigger by double pressing this mute button here, like this. And it's going to go ahead and start doing the emergency recording. I wish that it was available with a single press instead of a double one, but I like having that available as a dedicated button on the side, so you don't confuse it with some of the other ones the way that you do on some of their other models. It has a nice little updating screen here. A single press of this button is just going to turn the LCD on and off like that, which I find a little bit unnecessary. I mean, if it's off, I can always just like press one of these buttons here to wake it up or something and then let it go back to sleep. So it is a double press. I wish it was a single press. But otherwise, I mean, a lot of the foundational stuff I think is pretty good. 4K Starvis 2 front and rear. Interior cam, optional LTE, seems pretty cool there. And their other new model that I'm really interested in is one that's not available quite yet. This is going to be the upcoming A810S. Now, this is the successor to their current A810, and it has a couple changes that I think are really important that actually prevented me from being comfortable running or recommending the original A810. You see, this is going to be one of their more entry-level models, and again, some of the specs are kind of nice. You've got 4K Starvis 2 here for the front cam, and then 1080p here on the rear, with like a lower-end sensor. Now, what's special though is you can get this for like $129 or so. Now, that said, there were some issues with the original one that they fixed here. Number one, you can now run it at 4K and 30 FPS with not just one channel, but now when you've got both channels plugged in. With the previous one, you can only do 4K 30 when you're running it in a single channel. And if you switch to 2 channels, then this would actually drop to 24 FPS. Secondly, there used to also be a lithium-ion battery in here as well, but they've since switched to running a supercapacitor instead, which is definitely going to help with safety and reliability in high heat. The Dashcam is not available quite yet, but it's expected to be released in December for the same price as the original A810. They also have the A800 SE. This is more of like an entry-level 4K camera that doesn't have as nice of an image sensor or anything, but it's available with 4K and 1080p here for the rear cam. Now, speaking of entry level, they also have the A510, which has been out for a little while. It's smaller here than the other ones, and it's also going to be a 2K option. So 2K for the front and then 1080p here for the rear. And like the other models, again, it's available with their optional LTE connectivity as well. Now on display, they've got their 4K Omni, which I've reviewed before. This is the one where the front camera actually rotates so it can track people walking around your car while your car is parked. I did have some issues in testing with it properly finding and tracking people, though they said there's been a more recent firmware update which should help improve it. So hopefully things are better now than what I saw when I tested and reviewed this model. They've also got their 4K M800. This is an interestingly designed dash cam. So you can see it's kind of this like wide design here like this with no LCD in the back or anything. So you would connect to it over Wi-Fi to do things like aiming the dash cam, changing settings, offload footage. 4K Starvis 2 for the front, 1080p for the rear. Now speaking of accessing the footage, there is no micro SD card slot here. It's only got built-in memory and eMMC chip. Maximum capacity though is 128 gigs, which honestly I think is a little bit too small, especially when you're running, 2-channel dash cams. You got 4K up here, you want maybe higher bit rate, higher video quality, and it can only record so long before that internal memory gets full. And so I would love to have something that has at least the option of recording to micro SD, but with this one in particular, it's going to be eMMC with internal memory only. They've also got their parking mode battery here on display, which I really like. I've got 2 of these and I use them all the time. They're pretty inexpensive batteries, relatively speaking, but they're still 7,500 milliamp hours. You can use them with pretty much any brand of dash cam. There's no Bluetooth built in, which actually does make the parking time last a little bit longer, especially if you want to use some of the low power parking recording stuff. So they've got this battery pack. They've also got some like jumpstart batteries if you want to use it to jumpstart your car. So they've got a big one here like this, as well as a more compact option. They've got tire compressors here in case you need to inflate your tire, etc. And so that's a look at the different 70mai's dash cams that they got in display here at the show. If you're interested in any of these models, I'll have links down in the video descriptions to all the different dash cams that we talked about here. And of course, we're going to have a bunch more videos from here at SEMA as well. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you're all doing great, and I'll see you in the next one.